Welcome to Adjusting, a safe space for candid conversations about mental health and well-being with your host, Justin G. Nelson. Whether you're recovering from trauma, redefining your purpose, managing mental health, or simply craving more authenticity, this show is for you. I hope something resonates with you and helps you on your own personal journey. So sit back, relax, and let's start adjusting. Welcome back to Adjusting Podcast with your host, Justin G. Nelson. And now a word from our sponsors that I don't have yet. But what I'm going to start doing is plugging my other brands in here just in case y'all are interested in other things. So first, shouting out Earthy and Cultured, which is my health and wellness brand centered around plant-based healing, nutrition, and wellness. And then there's Nelson Design Lab, which is my branding and marketing, which is responsible for all the graphics and things you see here. Shout out to TJ Bolden, who edits my podcast. And if you're into men's fashion, I have a men's fashion blog called The Detailed Gentleman. If you're listening to this, please make sure you head over to YouTube so you can see the visual aspect of it all and give me a little subscribe over there. That way I can get some more views and bring more people into our community. Thank you so much. Before we begin, I do want to welcome you and invite you to your safe space with a breathing exercise. If this is your first time listening, we do this just to center ourselves for the conversation ahead. So on the count of 3, you're going to take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. And out. 1, 2, 3. For the sake of this episode, let's do it one more time. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. And out. 1, 2, 3. So this episode was inspired by a lot of conversations I've had with good friends of mine. First of which, Kyle, great friend, super supportive of my podcast. We text every morning on his way to work. And one morning I was talking about money and I was like, these bills and inflation and money in, money out, but I'm grateful I have money to pay my bills. And he said, I'm proud of you for being optimistic. And I was just like, okay, that's an improvement for me because, listen, I can live in the negative. And then my other best friend, Tariq, we were talking about money again, and he clocked me. He said, that you're having a lot of negative conversations about money. How about changing your mindset and saying, I may not have the money now, but I know the money will come. Something like that. It's in the text message, but I didn't write it down. But those two conversations, in alignment with the work I do in therapy, my morning affirmations and journaling, I was just like, let's talk about this. So welcome to episode 7, adjusting your vocabulary. We're going to start with the heavy stuff first, and then we'll end with a little lighter conversation. So in science, we talk about cells. We talk about protons, we talk about neutrons, but we don't give love to the neurons. So the neurons are really what makes the person a person. These are the nerves that send the messages to your body. So if you hit your toe on something, you go say, ouch. Okay. But also with a baby, if a baby is happy or sees someone smiling, they giggle or they have happy neurons, those good neurons. When we experience death or grief, we have, I don't want to say bad, but like the negative neurons. So grief, those feelings, emotions that go to your brain and say, cry. Some of us cry. How language affects neural pathways is that your words have power. Your words have meaning and affect your mental health. We harm ourselves every time we allow doubt, fear, stress, anxiety, any of those negative things to intercede our communication or our perception of how life is. We are very quick as humans to always point out the negative of something. We're quick to critique things. We're quick to acknowledge what went wrong and never the good in things. I'm guilty of it, okay? If I'm singing somewhere, or if I have an audition, I'm quick to say, I should have done this different, or the tempo was wrong, or the accompanist didn't know what they were doing, that dance combination was too. We don't give ourselves grace for even showing up and making space to use the creativity and the gift that we are given. So again, the language that we put out, whether it's a word calling yourself stupid or saying I'm dumb or I should have done this, like the shoulda, coulda, woulda, the doubt that we allow to come into our conversations really affects our brain waves. We instantly equate negative things to any situation that has brought some sense of trauma. So my pastor actually preached about this Sunday. Mind you, I had the episode in mind before he preached about it. It was just confirmation. But he mentioned the term sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm sorry, but words hurt. Okay, words hurt. Growing up, being called a sissy or a faggot or gay or fat or dusty, like as a child, those words hurt. There was no humor in it, okay? I don't care if it was in a song or something, because there was never a positive reinforcement with it. Didn't feel good. I would have rather been hit with a stick or a stone than called out of my name. As you get older, listen, I've developed sarcasm as a second language. I will hurt your feelings without you even knowing. And I know that's not a positive thing to do, but it's my mechanism. Okay. So if you ever experience my sarcasm and you think I'm being serious, I'm probably being sarcastic. Even my therapist has called me out and said, "You are shady." And some people don't know it. It's because I'm Southern. Okay. And I can mask it to the best of my ability until you talk about me, my mama, my brother. That's a wrap. Like off limits. Okay? Don't do that. The aspect of sticks and stone may break my bone. It's not true. They hurt. Words do hurt. So for those of you who have been hurt by words, if I've said something to hurt your feelings, I am sorry. I probably reacted from a place of unhealed trauma or immaturity. If somebody else did it, give them grace because we don't know what they're going through. But if they do it again, don't be a fool. Okay, walk away. It ain't worth it. Don't throw no stones and no sticks, but don't retaliate with words. Retaliate with an action and walk away. Cool? Great. So moving on, there's a term called neuroplasticity, which is the ability of the nervous system to change its activity in response to an intrinsic or extrinsic stimuli. This is fun. So basically, if you recondition or retrain your neurons, what we just talked about, those nerves and those emotion nerves and the things that send the messages to your body, if you retrain those, you retrain the language in which you respond to things. You with me? Okay. So this is giving more to the fact that your words have power. So by retraining or reorganizing your thoughts, your language, and how you respond to things, you then recondition and heal and create more positive neurons. And so, according to Healthline, there are 6 ways to rewrite your negative neurons or the neuroplasticity to be more positive. So you have the ability to rewrite the negative. Number 1, play video games. I know a lot of women get upset when their spouses are playing video games. I should not just say women. I know people, because women play video games too. People get upset when their spouses are playing video games. I think that is the best way for people to heal their inner child. And it's a healthy escape at times. Some people use it to bring in money. But whatever the case may be, it is a way to really engage all of your senses minus smell, but everything else is sharpened and allows you to really sit and redirect that energy. Second thing is learn a new language. Again, my new language was sarcasm. Look at me. I'm positive. I'm joking. But science does studies do studies show that people who pick up a second language, whether it's Spanish, Russian, German, whatever your second language choice is, strengthen their positive neurons. Third thing is make some music. I find that being a creative, if we have a good outlet and a good support system, like I talked about in episode 6, we're able to really cultivate and keep those positive neurons in the forefront. Also, I talked about frequencies and the power of music and those vibrations. Those certain vibrations and frequencies can help to stimulate the positive neurons. Number 4 is travel. Sometimes getting out of your environment is all you needed. Okay, when we went to Hawaii, my mom, my brother, and I, in May, listen, positive vibes only. The minute I came back, it was not so positive. Number 5, exercise. I know some of y'all don't like to sweat. Some of y'all don't like pain, but just moving your body, whether it's dance, a quick brisk walk, like whatever the case may be, exercising is great to really strengthen and create positive neurons to kind of rewrite your story. And number 6, make art. So whether it's visual art or creative art, those are ways to really engage in all of your senses and to help rewrite those neurons so that you're just letting it out in a healthy way so that you can replace those negative feelings with a positive outcome, knowing that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into this art. And it's like, I did that. I told my story through that. So go make some art, okay? And tag me in it. Moving on to more of the vocabulary in which we use day to day. There are some common phrases that we say willingly, knowingly, and unknowingly that aren't the best for our mental psyche. Number 1, I can't do it. I can't do this. I don't know why they asked me to do this. They know I can't do. It's like that. Yes, you can. So shifting that I can't to I'll try leave some room for the positive to overcome it. Okay. The second one is I'm not good enough. I am guilty of that. Okay. Especially as a performer, I'm quick to say I'm not good enough for that role. That comes from years of rejection. Okay. A lot of you may feel the same way when it comes to promotion, or whether you are creative as well, you feel that you're not good enough for. This is what it is. A lot of people feel that they are not good enough for content creation. I know somebody that's listening to this is going to text me and say, "Ooh, I know you didn't. I'm doing it." Because we go through this a lot. As content creators, we feel that we are not good enough to create content because things don't go viral. We don't get a lot of views, traction, engagement, likes, whatever. If you're doing it for the views, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Some people do it for the money. And when they see the money don't come, they quick to say, this shit is stupid. Why did I do this to begin with? For the money. Because you thought it was a quick way to get rich. No. Content that is authentic, that comes from a genuine place, that's the content that really resonates with people. This is a spiel from Nelson Design Lab that I'm going to talk about later on that platform. But people who are making content that don't have a genuine connection with what they're doing fail because people can see right through it. I would rather you get on here and just say, y'all, I am going through it, but I am aware of what is blocking me, and I'm going to record and document this journey. People love a journey. Everyone's going on a journey. So if you can make that journey relevant to somebody else, you have great content and it's authentic. That was free. Do with that what you want. So shifting the negative phrases from like I'm not good enough to I'm learning and improving. Listen, that's all you can do, especially in this economy. Listen, everything is changing from dating criteria to how to manage your money. Give yourself grace. If you don't take anything else from this episode, give yourself grace because it is not what it used to be. The way our parents raised us and how we're having to re-raise ourselves, everything is changing. We're learning and improving. And then another thing, another common negative phrase is I always fail. I think I don't say I always fail, but it's like I always fall off when it comes to like nutrition or getting in the groove of things or really establishing a solid routine. It's like, oh, I always fail. Now, I don't say it like verbatim, but there is a negative thought that comes up. So instead of saying I always fail, you can switch it to like, I won't give up. I know exactly what it is I want, why I want it. Right now might not be the time, but I know the time will come. That's a good one. So instead of saying, I always fail, say, I will not give up. The time is coming. Boom. We're shifting our vocabulary. And so, with the shift in vocabulary and really using those, like, I will not give up and I am good enough and I am capable of achieving my goals and dreams, we're introduced to affirmations. Affirmations are used more commonly than we know, but giving it a title and actually placing it somewhere helps you identify the affirmations you're using. So, what are affirmations? Affirmations are positive phrases that bring alignment or help to adjust your mindset to a positive way of thinking. So, with words like I am, I will, I do, I feel, these are all affirmations. We use affirmations more commonly than we know. So, let's really break them down and how they correlate with different areas of your body. So, what is an affirmation? An affirmation is a positive phrase or statement that helps bring a positive alignment to your body, whether it's through feelings, your thoughts, or just your way of life. They really help shape your mental well being. I'm a huge fan of affirmations. I try my best to say at least one or two a day just to start my day. So, when it comes to affirmations, I like to connect them with chakras. I talked about chakras a couple of episodes ago, and they're basically energy sections within your body that correlate with different emotions or um, areas of the body that, when not in alignment, can affect you. That's the best way for me to define it without going over someone's head. But we're going to add some analogies to this so that you can really understand what I'm saying. So there's 7 chakras. Think the 7 colors of the rainbow. You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white. I know white is not in the rainbow, but for the sake of chakras, it is. So the first chakra, we start at the root. So if you're seated, I want you to really ground your feet on the floor, roll your shoulders back, and just think, take a deep breath in and send that energy down your spine to the base of the spine. That is where your root chakra is. The affirmation that is associated with the root chakra is I am. This is associated with grounded, safety, security, your life essentials, so home, shelter, food. An affirmation that goes with this is I am grounded, stable, and secure in my body and in the world around me. When your root chakra is not in alignment, say that affirmation. You will know you're not in alignment when things like stress and overthinking, trauma, those things creep up. It will more than likely be your root chakra is out of alignment. Now, stress, anxiety, depression can go with all 7 of the chakras. If you feel overwhelmed with those, I would really just say go through some deep breathing exercises to really bring it back to alignment. So moving up from the root chakra, you have the orange chakra, which is the sexual chakra or the sacral chakra. Sacral, sacred. Now, this chakra deals a lot with sexuality, creativity, and emotion. A lot of people who deal with sexual trauma, sexual abuse, feel unaligned in their sacral chakra. I don't want to go too far into this, but I did say this in one episode that a lot of foods that correlate with the colors can help heal those. With the root chakra being red, things like cherries, apples, strawberries, watermelon can help with healing that chakra. Also, certain crystals. Same with the sacral chakra. Oranges, carrots, mangoes are good to heal that chakra. So, with the sacral chakra, the orange chakra, it's associated with the affirmation, I feel. So if you are feeling stuck, the affirmation that goes with that is I invite flow and change into my life. I don't want to go too far into the sacral chakra only because it connects with tantric yoga, and I really want to do an in-depth episode about tantric yoga. But what I will say is if you feel the need to use sex as a way to heal your trauma, you are not healing it. It is not being healed. Okay. You are tickling the nerve and it's only becoming more and more damaged. A lot of people carry trauma in their hips, shoulders, neck. And sex can be a way to release the trauma if there is a healthy connection. That's it. That's all I am saying. Moving on. Number 3, the solar plexus. This is associated with the color yellow and the I do affirmation. With the solar plexus, there is a feeling of sense of power and freedom with it. It's associated with your gut. So right above the navel, right below the heart, that area there is the sacral chakra. Banana, mangoes there, lemons, butternut squash, like the yellow things really connect with that. If you feel blocked with the solar plexus, there is maybe depression. I don't want to say you have like those bubble guts and you feel very nervous. Anxious, yes, but the nerves and the gut really connect to your third eye, but we'll get there in a second. So the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, is associated with the color green, which is why we're green again today. This is about compassion, love, and trust. If you have gone through a breakup that broke your heart chakra was probably not aligned. The affirmation that goes with that chakra is I deserve love and being loved. So if you need some loving, say that to yourself, give yourself a hug, and know that you are deserving of the love that you desire. The fifth chakra, so we're going up. So we started with pelvic, your sexual chakra, which could be the area between the pelvic and your belly button. That would be the sacral chakra. Your solar plexus is the stomach, your heart, and then the throat chakra goes with communication, speaking life into yourself. Now, this is a powerful chakra. This is associated with the color blue, which is why I wore the chrysocolla necklace when I was dealing with anxiety. I love working through that chakra only because, like with this podcast, with being a creative, speaking, those things, like I really have to make sure the throat chakra is aligned because imposter syndrome can creep in, depression, fear, doubt, all those things. And a good affirmation to say with that one is I can safely communicate my feelings with others. If you don't feel that you are in a safe space to communicate anything, it's not necessarily your throat chakra is not aligned. It's just not the space for you. So that's associated with the color blue. The last two are kind of harder to pinpoint, but it's the third eye chakra. So it's like right between the eyes. And this is alignment with purpose. So life purpose, that gut feeling, your intuition. A lot of spiritual people, not people that go to church, but people who are really spiritual and just have a good feeling about life and purpose, their third chakra or their third eye chakra is very aligned. This is the color purple, not the movie, but just the color purple. And if it's not aligned, you seem to have a lack of creativity, no sense of purpose, and you just feel lost and lonely. So that affirmation that I like to say with the third eye chakra is, I visualize myself achieving my goals and I effortlessly embody my visualization. So this is why I have my vision board right at the foot of my bed. So the first thing I wake up and I see it, I visualize it, I'm strengthening my third eye chakra. And the last one is the crown chakra, which is associated with the color white. It means I understand, and this is about connection, transformation. This is the one closest to heaven or higher self, which really instills the connection to purpose and the transformation. Think of the light beaming down and strengthening your crown. This is a lot. This has a lot to do, if it's not aligned, with anxiety and stress and just heavy emotions, because you think a lot, overthink it. And a great affirmation with that is, I am divinely guided, inspired, and protected. That was a lot, but I think that really helps you gain a better appreciation and understanding for affirmations and how to pinpoint where to send more of your energy through breath work if you choose to do it. I also highly recommend getting a journal of some sort that you can use to kind of write down your feelings and see, like, today my my heart was broken, or today my stomach was hurting, but it wasn't because of something I ate. It was just like something didn't feel right. And I wanted to kind of just write out how I was feeling. And you can put an affirmation with that. Again, I hope that helps as much as it helps me. So moving on to the lighter stuff, I want to talk about a few more things when it comes to your mindset. So we've talked about neurons, we've talked about the vocabulary when it comes to speaking positively into things you want to do, replacing I can't with I will, and affirmations. But now I want to talk about the mind, like the mindset shifts, okay? There is a difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Fixed mindset to me deals a lot with tradition. I'm going to talk about the Black church. The Black church for the longest was in a chokehold when it came to only this, and this could be done. There was a set order. This is what thus says the Lord. Don't change it. If you change it, you're going to hell. That ain't how that works. Fixed mindset also could be some type of mental trap that you've put yourself in when it came to trauma. If I didn't do this, it was a failure. Going back to content creation, I feel, Justin, that if I don't do X, Y, and Z, it's not going to be successful. I had to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A growth mindset sets you up for the belief that something else can be done to help you reach your goal. It's about believing outside of what you can see. So again, making it personal. I'm not the best tap dancer. Sometimes I would not go in for an audition because it has tap in it. I say I'm not good at tap, I'm not going to the audition. What I need to start saying is, I will get better at tap when I practice more. Or when I practice more, I will become a successful tap dancer. So you're adding in the space of practice or the space of dedication and consistency to your mindset to know that if I do something about it, then it can change instead of just giving up and say no. So really shifting your mindset from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset will help you with the vocabulary and your language and being more positive and affirming in your life. The second thing is switching from victim mentality to an empowered language. Or if you want to be cute, you can say, I'm shifting from a victim mentality to a victor mentality. I think that's very bold. I don't like it because for some reason, victor mentality just seems presumptuous, and I ain't about the life. But it still means the same thing. So instead of fixating on just the negative things, just like, oh, like this happened again, or why does this always happen? Like, again, I had a victim mindset when it came to, no, that's scarcity mindset. Never mind, we'll get to that next. But when, with a victim mindset, a person always views themselves as a victim in various situations. They're always blaming others, but never acknowledge the role that they played in the situation. I'm pretty sure you know of somebody who has a victim mindset. I can name 3 people right now who always come up with every time they text me or they call, not recently because I've kind of cut those ties, but it's always something negative. Always something negative. And I'm just like, but do you not realize that you play a role in this too? But who am I to judge? I just hold space and I just say, okay. But as of recently, I have called them out and they stopped texting me. I'm sorry. I want you to do better. So if me holding you accountable is not what you need, I'm not the person for you. But with an empowered mindset or empowered language, you make the choices to improve. So you're aware of the role you played, and now you want to fix it. You want to move out of that space so that you can heal and become victorious over whatever it was that caused you to always stay negative. So if this applies to you, know that there is a way out of that victim mindset, okay? A lot of it can be generational trauma. But that's not your story, okay? I'm going to change that. So the last thing is scarcity mindset versus abundant mindset. Scarcity mindset comes from a place of lack. You always think you're lacking something, or when you get something, it's a matter, I got to hold on to it because it'll never come again. We got to shift to an abundant mindset. And I said this while I was prepping for this podcast episode, and I had to write it down because this was good. Okay, I made myself happy when I said this. You make room for more by letting go of the very thing you think you have to hold on to. So that is the shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. You think holding on to that one moment of fame or that one check you got, and you're like, well, that's never going to happen again, so let me just really hold on to it. Sow the seed to make room for more to come, and trust that it will come because of your faith and because because you've changed your language when it comes to money. Also, when it comes to love and relationships, a lot of people have scarcity mindsets. They think that I need to show this person all the love I have to give up front because I'm afraid they're going to leave. That is not how it works. That can also be seen as manipulation because you'll love bomb somebody thinking or making them get very close and comfortable, and then it just stops. Or you're afraid they're going to leave, so you continue to do it, but you never show the genuine you. But with an abundant mindset when it comes to love, that's beautiful. You can love somebody unconditionally and show them time and time again. Like, keep inventing ways to show love. Whether it be love language, whether it just be healing or just healthy communication, that's beautiful. So if you are somebody dealing with that in a relationship, I wish you the best. So this episode was kind of lengthy. It's kind of heavy with vocabulary, but we talked about a lot. We talked about shifting your vocabulary when it comes to negative phrases. We did a deep dive on the power of affirmations and how they affect certain chakras in your body. We talked about mindset shifts, victim mentality, fixed mindset, scarcity, and abundant. And I just hope that one of these many things resonates with you and allows you to begin to shift your vocabulary. Adjust your vocabulary, if you will. Change the negative way of thinking to a positive, but give yourself grace throughout this process because it's not easy. I still do it daily. Okay, because I am really trying, while I'm trying to heal my physical body, I also have to heal the mental and emotional parts of me that have been damaged due to trauma, due to situations, environments, rejection, those things. But just know that you have the power. The tongue is a powerful weapon. Okay, and just remember to speak life into yourself, your finances, your love, your situation, your environment, your job, like anything with words, you have the power to change it. So, as always, I hope this helps. Please share this with someone. Make sure you tune in on YouTube if you really want the behind the scenes. And until next time, bye bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I hope you take something away to help you make the adjustments you need. Before you go, please take a quick second to share this with someone you care about. And if you can, please leave a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you're listening to this on. For more information about adjusting or to inquire about being a guest, head over to adjustingpod.com. Until next time.